All right, what's up, guys? Today we're going to look at last season, how we finished, how the units I prioritized performed, and we're going to look at possible units for next season. Next season should be quite a bit different for a variety of reasons. The nerfs across the board to some of the main units, especially my units, Molong and Ganymede, and then there's also some other slight nerfs to other units, some buffs, and I got to adapt. I got to figure out what to do. So we're going to take a look at that as well. Last season we finished G1, rank 1970, which I guess was good enough. I forget how many slots there were. I want to say around 2200. I think the cutoff was 1927, so we slipped in under the radar once again. I wasn't sure it was going to happen because even though my win rate was my best win rate yet, 61.6, which I think the season before I was at 60%, so keep going up, which is what I want. Towards the end of the season, wins were very, very difficult to come by, as is normal. But, you know, the good people are playing and they're trying to do it in 12 matches or whatever, and people who are hanging out right on the border like me kind of propel them up into their easy G1, G2 finish. So got a little tricky, but ended up pulling out the G1. The main units I used last season were some of the units I've been using from season to season. The Perna is... We can talk about changes I've made for rune removal. The Perna's gotten a little bit better. I think the runes are the same, but it's been ground out a little bit better. So we're still at 240 speed, crit rate up to 85, crit damage 170, and attack around 1900. Perna's going to be a big factor in my teams this season as well. 30k HP, that's the key. I just want him tanky, tanky, tanky. Other units I focused on last season were Elsharion. He was around 270 speed. I've since slowed him down to 241. Still just a big old tank. I put him on Despair, and we'll see how this works. But my theory is you want him to provide as much utility as possible, and unless you're putting him on Violent, Swift is a great set because he's fast, but if he's pretty fast, 241 on Despair, then, you know, throw a little stun in there, and that just gives him a little bit of something extra. I don't know if that makes any sense, though. I'm thinking it through. Is the problem being, you know, you hit something probably with Will. It's not going to get stunned. But what if you're stealing something else, like a heal or immunity? No, it'd have to be invincibility. I don't know. I'm not sure. We're going to try it, because why not? It's worth a shot. So that's what Elsharion is at. Other units, Jean. I upgraded Jean massively for this coming season. I gave her my Molong runes, basically, so you've probably seen these runes before. But it's my best Violent Will set. I don't know if that's smart, because she's a control monster, and so if they bring counters to control, I don't know that I bring her, and then even if I do bring her, she might be countered. So how smart is it to put your best Violent set on a counterable monster, whereas Molong was not really counterable, which made him such a great choice. So I don't know. We're going to see. I've got a couple of rune removals between now and season end, and that's what these first couple of spots are for, figuring it out. So we're going to give her those and see how it goes. Molong, I believe now has like my second best Violent set. Still fine. It's 246, I think. Good accuracy, good everything else. You know, he's broken now. He's not on Will. But that's okay. He's doing fine. I'm still going to bring him a lot because he's part of a lot of my damage combos. So he's going to be part of the mix. Him and Perna are one of my main strategies. They're my 2 DPS. They're tanky. So he's still going to be part of the fun. The nice part now is with him going after Jean, it opens up the Jean taunt into Molong Invincible into Reckless. And so I could get a free Reckless with no penalties off. And that's happened a couple times. It's pretty nice when it works out. So that's another unit that's going to be in the play for this season. I'm kind of just going through units I've used before. Josephine, she got a little bit of a bump, 247. Just everything gets faster. She's on Nemesis now because of this rune. If I could pull a pair to this rune in any slot, man, she'd be out of control. But she's a match winner, man. Like, she just wins matches sometimes. I don't know. She's got good defense, good HP, and she just sort of takes over. She gets a million turns. It's kind of Fen Yang-ish at the end of matches with her. So I'm pretty pleased with the way she performs late into matches. Okay, so I think that's kind of the units from last time. We've got a lot of new units from this time, so let's go ahead and talk about them. Number one is my pull from my Transcendence Pick'em scroll, the Amelia. And I'm still getting a feel for this unit. I put her on my fastest, tankiest set I could, so she's at 288. Speed, HP on Broken. And I feel okay with the Broken, because in theory she's going first, right? My main focus this season is, since my will runes are so poor, I need to try to go first. So I've built more than the normal amount of speed leads, and I've got several really fast units that can disable the opponent's team early on. So that's kind of my plan. So Amelia's part of that. She's going to be giving me will. Oki's still pretty fast, 289. So he's part of the disable factor. I finally took him off accuracy, slot 6. I may pay for that, but I just put him on broken HP. But he's still got 50% accuracy, and I feel like the extra tankiness will help. We'll see. In theory, the units he needs to be resetting shouldn't have a ton of resist anyway. But I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of we'll see. There's a lot of I'm trying this. We'll see how it goes. So there's Oki. Vanessa's the same, just slightly better grounded up. Tessa, I think, is slowly getting better. He's also getting slower, but he's on will this time. Speed, defense, attack. This attack rune is good stuff. I'm pretty happy with that rune. That might end up on Ciara or Perna at some point, but right now it's on Tessa. Other plans for this season. We built this dude because I see him everywhere. He's on a pretty good broken violent set. Speed, that's probably my best non-violent crit damage rune. Crit damage HP. Need to fix that. But 231 speed, 20k HP, 1500 attack, and no defense. The theory with the speed is I think he's at 231, and when he does his third skill, it bumps up to, I think he gets like a 35 speed boost, and so that puts him at 260. Plus he's grabbing bar with his third. My only issue is I don't know his skill ups. I'm missing 4 skill ups. So it's kind of hurting me on the cooldowns, but I'm still gonna give him a shot. So that's gonna be one of my main buff removing strategies. Chilling is another. He's always really good. He's on energy shield will. I got another little plan for chilling here, and I'll run you through it here. He's 254 speed, but he gets speed for every buff on him, including the buffs he starts with. So being on shield will, I think he gets 9 speed per buff. It's like an extra 18 speed. And so I was like, well, I can build him better, slower on shield will and give him another 18 speed. So instead of 253, he's 270, you know? And then if I put speed on him, his speed buff, then he's really cooking, you know? So that's my thought there, why he's built kind of the way he is. Just a little nitpicky thing I'm trying this season. Arya's gonna get Azaria, not Arya. Azaria's gonna get to play this season. She's another speed lead I built. Speed, defense, HP. Pretty good set. Accuracy's worse than I thought it would be, but I'm trying to get speed leads. I'm trying to stack speed leads so that if someone tries to cleave me, I have more than Ciara and Vanessa as my options. If someone clearly wants to like speed control me, then I have another option. So she's another speed lead option with lots of control, like lots of control. So I'm pretty happy with her. We'll see how she turns out. What else is new here? Praha's about the same. She got the broken treatment as well. Varad, heavily deprioritized. Haven't even finished maxing those runes. Just, there's too much immunity and there's too much cleanse, and Varad's not my choice. It's going to be Jean and Okeanos. So, sorry, Varad. This dude we're going to give a shot at. He's 245 speed on will, guard, focus. That needs to be fixed. Oh, wow, I can grind that too. Do I have any grinds? Ooh, I need to check. That might be the way to go. But anyway, his deal is his third. It's a full strip and a 3-turn defense break. Like, if I can do him into Ciara Perna, then they're out of good options, because anything that's gotten stripped and defense broken, Perna's going to one-shot. Similarly with Ciara, so I'm gonna do sort of a single target murder time with this guy, and see how it goes. The cooldown's a little on the long side, which I'm not a fan of, so maybe him with a Ganymede. I don't know. Annabelle I pulled from my other blessing, my splendid blessing, and I wasn't gonna build her, but I kind of did. So I gave her a bunch of Devilmon. She's on Despair as well. I know it's probably not as good as Violent, but I only have so many Violent runes. And so 245 on Despair with her built-in Violent mechanic on her 1. It's pretty good. She's not going to proc out of stuns, but, I mean, you know, she'll hopefully take a million turns from her first anyway. And then my thought there, too, is that's a second 3-turn defense break along with Bajir, I think. So those are my first 2 3-turn defense breaks I've owned, and I'm pretty happy to be an owner. Garo, I think, got a boost. He's on Nemesis now. This rune, man, if I can get an attack grind instead of defense, but I can't quite get one. Nope. I'm going to grind that defense off, and then he'll be crit rate, crit damage, defense gone, accuracy, speed. And then this one's pretty good too. So he's looking pretty good. I played with him quite a bit at the end of last season, and the Nemesis I think is helpful. It slows him down a little bit. He's at 229, and I had him at 240 on Blade. But the Nemesis should speed him up quite a bit, I think, in terms of turn cycling. Not in terms of actual speed for damage, but in terms of turn cycling. All right, we already looked at Tessa. These guys are not in use. You're not in use. We looked at Vanessa. These are kind of extra runes. I tried to make them a little tankier. HP, crit damage, HP. I don't know that I'll play him a bunch, but there he is. Harmonia is not really ready to go. Shayna. This Shayna I want to bring to RTA. It's 231 speed. Lots of attack. Okay HP. But it's a damage dealer, you know. Speed, crit damage, attack. I don't think I bring her into sustainy type long matches, but I'll definitely bring her into people trying to cleave me. She's got the stun, the defense break, the speed lead. That's another speed lead I built. So in terms of speed leads, I've got Shayna, Azaria, Sierra, Vanessa. That's all I've got. So 4. 4 should be plenty. So that's what we're gonna do. Helena, I've not brought into mini matches lately. She's doing okay. 220 speed, about 30k HP. There's just, again, kind of like Varad, I must pick in such a way that encourages people to immunity me more than average, because I get immunityed all the time, so I don't get the option to bring her. This guy's still built for, I guess I need to fix that, but it's a pretty good looking rune there. Yeah, I don't know if he gets the legendary yet, but HP, crit damage, HP, built for things that take a million turns, Hathor, Diana, things like that. And it's sort of a Hail Mary proc into a good situation. If he procs, he puts a halt on Diana. He stops her in human form, which, I mean, that's pretty good. So that's one way to deal with Diana. I kind of have two ways to deal with Diana. I have him, and I have Ciara. My Ciara is built nuke this time. I've had her defensive, and she doesn't live very long that way, so she might as well go out in a blaze of glory, is my thought. She's on speed, which needs a grind. Attack, with some really beefy offsets. So she can get a little faster. She can get one more speed grind and an HP grind. But she's at about 24k HP, right around 1,000 defense, and then 2,200 attack with good accuracy. Another speed lead, counter to Diana. You put a bomb on her. If she didn't have a cleanse, she's not going to change because she will die. I mean, she might die. She almost dies in horse form to Sierra. But if she changes, she dies. And, you know, that's what I want. I want her to die. So that's the plan. Ethna, she's up into like the 270 range again. 95% crit, despair, speed, crit rate, defense. I like Ethna. Ethna's one of my single target strippers. Since I lost Gani and Oki, Molong as stripping options, which used to be really great stripping options, I've had to go single target. So we're going to do single target stripper by committee. We're going to do Ethna, Miang, Bajir, things like that. We're going to have an assortment so that we can tailor them to the situation. So Ethna is there for water problems. If they go heavy on water, here comes Ethna. If they go heavy on fire, here comes Bajir and Miang, you know? So that's kind of my thought. The other unit I'm going to play with, and this might be just silly, is my Eladriel. I'm going to bring her back. And she's on crit damage. So she's 242 speed, 137 crit damage, 50% crit rate. You know, lots of defense. Not a lot of HP. Speed, crit damage, defense. And the theory there is I want to build her kind of like the Velajules that you see hitting so hard on crit damage. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. She's got a strip on 1, so that's another great option. She's going to need protection to function, kind of like Velajule does. So hopefully Amalia Eladriel gives me a buff remover, a heal, a permanent immunity, and a revive. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So we'll see how that works. It might work. It works kind of okay. So we'll test it out. Triton, I don't intend to use him. He might have use, but I'm not intending it. Triana, roughly the same. She took a little hit on runes, but still just beefy and pretty fast. Gani was my fastest unit last season. I slowed him down to 295 because in theory, with speed leads, he'll be fast enough to go first. And really, him going first without a buff remove is suboptimal. it's not very effective. You face full will teams, and it's like, why do you go first? It doesn't even matter. So that's why it's not as big of a deal to me. Leo has a really good win rate, and mine, I've never given him the chance to really shine, mostly because I build units so fast. But I might try him out a little bit more as one of those counters to speed teams. So he's built, I'd say he's pretty effective. We'll see. We'll try to include him a little bit more. Fran slowed her down, maybe too slow to 250. She's not in the go first range anymore, which might be a problem since she's not on will, but there she is, 250. Jean we already looked at. Elsharin we already looked at. And that's everybody. So the main difference this season is Amalia's here. And then the changes to my units, which has forced me to go to a by committee style buff removal system. So we're going to see how that works. I think the core of my plan is still going to be mostly the same. It's going to be Molong Perna and double Paladin. And then we're just going to sprinkle in new units. And we're going to have to play a lot and test a lot to see how it all works. So hope that was helpful, kind of seeing the plan and seeing kind of how I'm focusing on the changes to my units. So if it helps you out, I'm glad that worked, and we'll see how this goes. I'll see you guys at placements for this season. Take care, everybody.